Is the V-shaped recovery that we saw back in SARS or after SARS going to be very different this time around? What's that recovery going to look like?
Taking experience in the past downturn, say 98, say 2003, 2004, and also 2008, the global financial crisis. After this downturn, the rebound should be more forceful. But on the other hand, the environment has changed a lot, both externally and internally.
Can Hong Kong avoid back-to-back recessions?
Last year, the growth was negative 1.2. This year, there is a high chance of another contraction. But we remain hopeful because we still have several months to catch up. Really depends on the current epidemic situation, and also after this is over, how much energy people would put into reviving our economy.
Yeah, you're encouraging Hong Kong residents to spend, spend, spend. Of course, this cash handout of $10,000 was one of the main features of your budget. I spoke to you back in January, and you seemed to play down the idea of cash handouts at that time. What changed your mind?
Well, exceptional measure in exceptional circumstances. People are suffering, businesses are suffering. So given still we have a pretty handsome fiscal reserve, I think spending some of the reserve to help business, to help people, is in line with the expectation of the people.
Will a cash handout of this size, you think, get people to actually go out and spend? What's going to stop them from saving it in the bank or spending it overseas?
People would spend the money depending on their circumstances. But we would encourage them to come out and spend, and encourage the business sector to come up with different incentive programs to attract people to come out.
And when do you think that could actually start feeding into the economy? How quickly can it actually boost consumption?
Yeah, I think in summer. And in fact, with that expectation, perhaps from now on, people would be more willing, if circumstances allow, to come out to spend.
I'll talk a little bit more about maybe the structural issues of the economy. Housing obviously is always a hot topic. Do you think that Hong Kong home prices can still remain resilient during an epidemic like this one?
We have seen the private residential property market downward adjustment since last August. But the degree of adjustment has been pretty mild, even with the current epidemic. We do not see the risk of a off-the-cliff type of downfall. The circumstances is very different when compared to 2003 and before.